Hi everybody, Fran here at New Testament Explained. This video is going to explore miracles and signs in the Gospels. We're going to look at the definitions of miracles and signs. We're going to look at the fact that the Synoptic Gospels use the term miracle, whereas John's Gospel uses the word sign. And then we're going to draw in on John's Gospel and get to the bottom of the question: why does John's Gospel use the word sign? If you want to know more about the signs in John's Gospel or want to explore any other areas of the New Testament, make sure that you have subscribed to my channel and hit the notification bell. In terms of definitions, our starting point needs to be, what is a miracle? Now, David Hume famously answered that question by saying that miracles are a transgression of a law of nature by a particular volition of the deity. And what that means is that when a law of nature is broken, that miracle demonstrates that God is present in Jesus Christ in terms of the New Testament. From there, a question that sometimes arises is, how do we categorize miracles? Now, Van der Loos categorized miracles into the following: healing miracles and miracles over nature. However, C.S. Lewis divides miracles in the following way: miracles of the old creation, which is where powers that Jesus has are by virtue of being a perfect human, but there are also, in C.S. Lewis's opinion, miracles of the new creation, which are powers that are foreshadowing what resurrected life will be like for humans in the afterlife. Now, in terms of C.S. Lewis's categorization, most of the healings are miracles of the old creation in terms of the New Testament, where Jesus temporarily restores somebody from an ailment, from an illness. However, we do occasionally see miracles of the new creation, for example, when Peter can briefly walk on water like Jesus, and we see that in Matthew chapter 14 verses 25 to 32. Now that we have explored the concept of a miracle, we can bring into the mix a concept called sign and what the difference is between a miracle and a sign. Now, the Synoptic Gospels use the Greek term dunamis throughout, and this word is used in miracle accounts, and the term means of power. And an example that I've used of where we see this is Matthew chapter 11 verse 21. And what you'll see on this table is I've got the original New Testament Greek version with the word dunamis underlined and then the English underneath. So you can see that the word miracle is used by Matthew. And this is a case across other synoptic texts. However, this is not the case with the fourth gospel, the gospel according to John. His passages tend to use the word semeion instead, which means sign. And an example of where we see this is John chapter 2 verse 11, where again I've put the Greek version there for you to see with the word semeion underlined and in bold, and underneath the English version, the New International Version, where we see this term sign. So the reason why we're looking at these two concepts collectively is that we've got a situation whereby the Synoptic Gospels are using the term dunamis, which means miracle, whereas the fourth Gospel, John's Gospel, is using the word semeion, which means sign. At this point, a question that needs raising is, why is John using this different term? Why has he decided to use the word semeion as opposed to dunamis? And the reason for this ultimately lies with his purpose for writing. In writing his gospel, John is trying to show that Jesus is the Messiah, Son of God. And therefore, in these accounts that involve miracles, John uses the word semeion to signpost us to the identity, the true identity of Jesus. He doesn't want us as a reader to focus on the power, Jesus' power. He wants us to see this instance and to learn about who Jesus is. And this links into broader ideas we see across John's Gospel. We see the term logos, for example, the word used in the prologue. And therefore, miracles in John's Gospel have a Christological focus. They are reflecting on the person of Jesus as opposed to his capabilities. Now, there are broader Bible quotes that we can use to prove that this was John's purpose. And in particular, I want to focus your attention on John chapter 20, verse 30, the bit that reads, "But these are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name." The final question is, where specifically in John's Gospel can we see this term semeion used? Where are the signs in John's Gospel? And the answer is in 7 places. We get Jesus changing water into wine, the healing of the official's son, the healing at the pool, Jesus feeds the 5,000, Jesus walks on water, Jesus heals a blind man, and the raising of Lazarus. Now, this video is simply naming those 7 signs. If you want to know more about these passages in detail and what they show us, please subscribe to my channel and keep an eye out for videos on these individual passages. That marks the end of this video on miracles and signs, the differences between the two, and a little bit of a more detailed look at why John's Gospel uses the term semeion or sign. As always, thank you for watching, and please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.